Good afternoon, everybody. How is all my wonderful subscribers and viewers out there doing today? I hope everybody is having a wonderful day. It's Nikki D, and welcome back to the Nikki D channel. Today, we're going to be doing the 2024 College Football Recap, Week 3, where I break down all the 16 games that we predicted in the Week 3 show, and I recap each of them here for y'all today. Don't forget to like the video, share the video on social media, and smash that subscribe button so you could be notified of when I drop my next video. Any comments about any games I may not bring up, definitely let me know down in the comments section below. And without further ado, let's get to. In our first game of the week, we had Northern Iowa going on the road into Lincoln as they were at number 23 Nebraska. And Nebraska showed up and showed out. They played well for all 4 quarters. I can't wait to see what Nebraska is going to play like when conference play begins for the Cornhuskers. But a big time win in a big time game for Nebraska to get to 3-0 as they defeat Northern Iowa 34-3. And our second game of the week was number 18 Notre Dame going on the road to face the Purdue Boilermakers, and this game wasn't even close. Notre Dame put foot to the metal. They proved that last week was a fluke, and the Fighting Irish are back to try to get back in to the college football playoff situation. And it was the biggest loss for Purdue in school history at home as the Fighting Irish defeat Purdue 66-7. In our next game, we had Arkansas State going on the road into the Big House as they were at number 18 Michigan. And Michigan, again, very suspect on offense. They're still trying to figure out their team down in Ann Arbor. And honestly, it was a below average day for Michigan, considering their opponent. If this was a equal opponent, a top 25 opponent, I would consider this an average day in itself. But Michigan, 28-18, they defeat Arkansas State. In our next game, we had number 16 LSU going on the road into William Brice Stadium to take on the South Carolina Gamecock. And early on, this was all South Carolina. South Carolina was up 17-0 in the second quarter before LSU marched back into the game, took the lead for the first time, going up 29-24. South Carolina taking it right back, and a back-and-forth game down to the wire. LSU up 36-33 with 3 seconds left. South Carolina lines up for a 49-yard field goal to force overtime, and it was to the left. It went to the left. And LSU walked out with the win against South Carolina, 36-33, to get to 2-1. As we continue along on the college football recap, our next matchup, we had the Tulane Green Wave going on the road in the Norman as they were at number 15 Oklahoma. And this was a little bit closer than what most people expected. Last week, Oklahoma just barely survived Houston, and they struggle here against Tulane. And Tulane, like they did against Kansas State, put up the fight in this game, but Oklahoma just happened to be a little too much at the end for the Green Wave as the Sooners survive, getting to 3-0, 34-19 over Tulane. In our next matchup, we had number 20 Arizona going on the road into Manhattan to battle number 14 Kansas State in the Battle of the Wildcats. And Kansas State showed up and showed out in this game. Arizona really struggled to get much offense going throughout this game. And Kansas State proving that they might be college football playoff worthy after a performance like this. The Kansas State Wildcats roll 31-7. And up next, we had the number 13 Oklahoma State Cowboys going on the road to face the Tulsa Hurricanes. And just like the last game, this game wasn't even close, but this game wasn't expected to be close. Oklahoma State showed us what they're capable of offensively as the Cowboys beat the Hurricanes 45-10. In our next matchup, we had number 12 Utah, the Utes, going on the road as they were at the Utah State Aggies. And this game was a lot closer than what a lot of people expected. Utah, after beating Southern Utah down 49-0, was expected to beat Utah State in similar fashion, but that didn't happen. The Utes did get a 3-score win, though, so that will help keep them right around where they are come AP poll position. And the Utah Utes beat the Utah State Aggies 38-21. Now we start to crack the top 10 as the Ball State Cardinals went on the road into Hard Rock Stadium to take on the number 10 Miami Hurricanes, and this game wasn't even close from beginning to end. Miami's quarterback had 5 touchdown passes, a career performance for the passing game for the Canes, and Miami was up 35-0 at the half in this game, and the second half really was a carbon copy of the first half in this game. All Miami all day. The Canes roll 62-0 over Ball State. In our next matchup, we had number 9 Oregon going on the road into Corvallis as they were at the Oregon State Beavers, and this is where I take my first L of the week. And I can admit I was trying to have a little fun. I thought the Ducks were on upset alert considering how they started the season against Idaho and Boise State. They said, we are not on upset alert. We are going to come out and show the nation why we belong to be in the top 10. And it was a big victory for the Ducks, 49-14. They beat the Oregon State Beavers. And up next, we had the Kent State Golden Flashes going on the road into Knoxville to take on number 7 Tennessee. And this was all Tennessee. Nico had 173 yards passing and a touchdown pass. Backup quarterback Gaston Moore had 94 yards passing, 2 passing touchdowns. But Tennessee made their mark in this game on the running game. They had Dylan Sampson 101 yards, 4 touchdowns on the ground. Deshaun Bishop 120 yards on the ground, 2 rushing touchdowns, and even Peyton Lewis had 10 carries for 99 yards in this matchup. Tennessee had 740 yards of total offense, record-breaking day for the Volunteers, 71-0. Tennessee rolls over Kent State Golden Flashes. And we also had number 24 Boston College Eagles went on the road into Columbia to take on the number 6 Missouri Tigers. And Boston College was up early in this game. They were up 14-3 in the second quarter, but where Missouri had to come back with 21 unanswered to go up 24-14. Boston College would make it a 3-point game at 24-21, but Missouri got another field goal up there for the game ends as the Tigers improved to 3-0. Close game with Boston College, 27-21. The Tigers roll. And now we start to crack the top 5 as Jackson Dart and the number 5 Ole Miss Rebels went on the road into Winston-Salem to take on the Wake Forest Deacon Demons. And this was another game that really wasn't even close. Jackson Dart came out and put his exclamation point all over this game. And the Ole Miss Rebels showing the nation why they belong in the top 5. Wake Forest only had 6 points in this game. Great defense defense coming from old Mississippi down there. And honestly, I can't wait to see what they're like when SEC play begins. But for today, the Rebels roll 40-6 over Wake Forest. And our next matchup, we had number 4 Alabama going on the road at Camp Randall as they were facing off against the Wisconsin Badgers. And Wisconsin's quarterback went down early, and Alabama's Jalen Milroe showed up and showed out to the tune of, I believe it was 3 passing touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns, 5 in total, as Alabama proven why they belong in the top 5 with a dominant victory over Wisconsin, 42-10. Roll Tide, roll. In our next matchup, we had UTSA, the University of Texas San Antonio Roadrunners, going on the road into Austin as they were at the second-ranked Texas Longhorns. And another injury in the second quarter, and this one as Ewers went down with an injury. Quinn Ewers went down, and it was 28-7, and we finally got to see the first glimpses of Arch Manning, and he came out and threw 3 touchdown passes. He even came out and ran what looked like a 70-yard touchdown run, as well as the Longhorns roll against the Roadrunners, 56-7. And now, for the main event of the evening, number 1 Georgia going on the road into Lexington as they were at Kentucky. And man, for a lot of this game, I thought Georgia was going to lose. It was 6-3 Kentucky at the half. Kentucky came out with a field goal to start the third, made it 9-3. Then Georgia added a field goal, made it 9-6 going to the fourth before early in the fourth quarter, Georgia scored the only touchdown of the game to go up 13-9. Kentucky cut it down to a 1-point game, and then it was a defensive stalemate between Kentucky and Georgia, and Georgia getting the better of them here as the Bulldogs remain undefeated at 3-0 after defeating Kentucky 13-12. And that was the 2024 college football recap, week 3. What's your favorite game of the week? Let me know down in the comment section below. Don't forget to like the video, share the video on social media, and you made it all the way to the end of the video, go smash that subscribe button so you can be notified of when I drop my next video. And if you want to see some more of me, Nicky D, then go click on another video, as I've got hours of entertainment that will keep y'all entertained well into the night. Other than that, I hope everybody has an amazing day. I'm Nicky D. This is the Nicky D channel, and I will see all of y'all beautiful people next time. Bye, y'all.